Hi, it's Katie here. Welcome to this practice. This is going to focus on the shoulders, chest, and heart area. That is a place where a lot of us hold on to a lot of stress and tension, which is something that everybody has probably felt recently. So I hope this will help. It is a gentle-ish practice. We'll stay seated or on our backs for the entire time. When you're ready, you can take a seat on the mat, and we're going to stay there for a few minutes. So you might want to have a block or cushion or something that you can sit on. I will see you on the mat. Once you've found your most comfortable seat, you can bring your palms together at your chest. Let your thumbs connect to your sternum here, to your chest bone, and then gently tuck your chin towards your chest. Close your eyes here. And we're going to take a few moments here in one of the most advanced yoga poses, one of the most challenging. Trying here just to find your stillness, find your silence, and start to connect to your breathing. So as you inhale, starting to feel that expansion within your belly, feeling the air rise up into your chest, maybe pressing gently against those thumbs. And then it starts to clear some space in your throat. As you exhale, then belly slowly deflates. Chest becomes a little bit smaller, hands fall, the air empties from your throat. And we'll continue just breathing here, just following that breath. And the mind will start to kick up a little bit around here, start to throw up all kinds of thoughts. And if that is happening, just gently closing the door on those thoughts. Come back to following your breath. With time, encouraging your breath to go even deeper. Really filling that upper cavity within the body. And each time that you breathe in, breathing in relaxation. Each time that you breathe out, you're breathing out stress, letting go of anything that's caught up in there. We'll take just a few more breath cycles here, so really challenging yourself to stay here with these breaths. And you might be starting to tap into a little bit of peace, a little bit of calmness. Throughout the practice, we'll try to cultivate that peace a little bit further. For now, just staying with it. And we might take a moment here just to think of the people who are suffering right now. And there is a lot out there, unfortunately, people who have been affected for obvious reasons with everything that's happening. People grieving, people who are facing challenges within their business, and people working in the healthcare industries. So we'll keep those people in our thoughts, maybe sending just a little fraction of that peace that we've cultivated. Send it to them, they will receive it. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, just moved. So we'll move it to them. With your next breath in, slowly starting to open the eyes again, letting little bits of light back in. We'll remove the palms from the chest. Make a big circle with your hands. So as you inhale, reaching the arms up, opening up through your chest, gazing up, palms come back together, back down to your center. We'll repeat, inhaling, circling up, opening the chest, exhale, back down. One more time, inhaling, exhaling. From here, you can interlock your fingers in behind your back and then take your fists over to your left side. So you see this left elbow is sticking out here. We want to try to encourage it to come in towards the body. So it's maybe pointing back behind you. When we do this, we start to notice something stirring up in the shoulders. So we'll just anchor into that sensation, breathe into it, and if you want to take it a little bit further, you can take your right ear over your right shoulder. No hang out here. Keep encouraging that elbow to point backwards, just moving mindfully. Big breath in. Slow breath out. And lift your head back to center. Bring your knuckles over to your right side now, so it's in against that right rib cage or thereabouts. And then right elbow starts to come back behind you. Finding what's happening here with this shoulder. Maybe bringing left ear over left shoulder and connecting to your breath again. Head lifting back towards center now. You can undo your fingers, circle out the shoulders, and then bring your palms to rest on your knees. We'll do some seated cat-cows here. So as you inhale, start to pull your belly button gently towards your spine, rounding your back, and allow your shoulders to creep forward as you drop your head down. Inhaling, belly pushes out, chest reaches towards the ceiling, back starts to gently arch, and then gaze up, opening up through your neck. Exhale, round the spine, belly button towards navel, towards spine, drop your head. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Really letting your shoulders round forward, opening up through the shoulder blades at the back of your body. And then we'll come back to center. From here, bring your right hand out to the right. Left ear comes over left shoulder. And then maybe left hand comes just to rest on that right ear. Keeping nice and tall through the spine. We're not putting any pressure on the head here. We're just letting gravity open up the neck a little bit. Long breath in. And then exhale, reverse. We'll do that on the other side. So left hand comes out beside you, right ear over right shoulder, and then right hand up onto that left ear. Full breath in, full breath out. Back to center. We'll make our way into child's pose here. So whichever version you prefer, knees can stay together. If you want more of an intense stretch, you can take your knees out a little bit further. And then gently walking hands towards the front of the mat. Forehead can come to rest on the ground. Finding that stillness again, that inner peace. The thing I love about child's pose is that it forces you to keep your awareness inwards. Find the most deepest breath you've taken so far. And slowly exhale. Continue just breathing here. You might massage your forehead here just by gently moving your head from side to side. One more breath. Press your finger pads into the ground here and start to pull yourself up onto all fours and then into tabletop pose. So fingers are spread nice and wide here. Wrists are directly below the shoulders, knees directly below the hips. Push yourself away from the mat so your body becomes a little bit stronger, a little bit buoyant almost. And then as you inhale, start to point your tailbone towards the ceiling. Drop your belly down, chest comes forward, eyes gaze up for cow pose. On your next breath out, tailbone points down. Round your spine, bring your chin towards your head down for cat pose. We'll repeat, inhaling. Slowly making our way up to cow. Exhaling, gradually rounding the spine down for cat. And keep going here. Moving to the same pace as your breath. And really paying attention to each vertebrae as you move. So you give each little piece of the spine attention. Next time that you're in a neutral spine, pause there. So we're back in our tabletop. Bring your hips over towards the left and then look back over your left shoulder. So we have a C shape in the spine. Take a long breath in to open up that right side of the body. Exhale, come back to center, hips come to the right and look over your right shoulder. Big breath into your left lung. Exhale, back to center. From here, walk your hands as far forward as you can, but keep your hips directly above your knees so the legs don't move. When you're ready, we're starting to drop the chest towards the ground. Forehead can find the mat for puppy pose or melting heart pose. So different from child's pose here, we are focusing more on the shoulders. You might start to feel that opening across the back of your shoulder blades. And we're just letting any tension that has caught up here to dissolve. Any discomfort in your fingers, any numbness or tingling, you can just bend your elbows a little bit to bring the hands closer to the body. And we'll stay here, dropping into that stillness, noticing your breath. For more of a stretch here, you can bring your chin onto the mat. And if it doesn't do that, don't worry, just bring your forehead back down. One more deep inhalation here. And then as you exhale, we're starting to pick ourselves up. Keep your forearms on the mat and just allow your hips and your belly to come down onto the ground. From here, we'll come into Sphinx pose. So forearms are on the mat, fingers are spread nice and wide, feet can be about hip distance apart. So from here, start to energetically pull your finger pads back towards your body. And this will help your chest to shine forward. You can gaze straight out in front of you. Lift your pelvic floor and cinch your waist here. So it's as if you're putting on a pair of really tight trousers. You're sucking everything in. This action within the waist has encouraged all of the breath to go up into your chest. And try to make as much space for that breath as you can, shining your heart forward. And continue like this. Keep pulling that breath up into your chest. One more breath here, fingers still pulling back, heart still pushing forward. And from here, we're going to roll over onto the right hip, stacking maybe your legs on top of each other. And you can have your left hand out in front of you for support. With your right arm, you can straighten it and then start to allow your right shoulder to creep up towards your right ear. Drop your right rib cage down towards the mat here. So we start to feel that stretch along the side body. We'll linger here for a moment. Big breaths and slow exhalations. We'll start to make our way back down towards Sphinx pose, and then we'll take that over to the opposite side. So this time you're rolling over onto your left hip, right arm comes out in front, and then left arm can straighten up. Left shoulder can come towards left ear as you drop your left rib cage down towards the ground. And just allowing this side now to open up. Whatever tension has got caught up within the side of the body, within the rib cage, we're just letting that all go now. and using the breath to go in and collect it and then deliver it away. One more long breath in, and then slowly making our way back down. Moment in Sphinx pose again, and then from here you can stack your hands on top of each other, bring your forehead down to rest on your hands, and then bring your big toes to touch each other, allowing your heels to just flop out towards the edges of the mat. Crocodile pose. Finding your breath again. This time really feeling your belly spill across the mat as you inhale. Feeling rib cage against the ground as the breath rises up into your chest. And keep encouraging it up into the throat as well. We'll come back now for baby cobra. So we're bringing the big feet, the feet together, and then your palms can come next to your chest. Where your shoelaces would be, press into the ground. So legs become charged up. Use that power now to gently peel your hands and your chest up off the mat. Elbows are gently hugging in towards your rib cage. Shoulders nice and soft, drawing away from your ears. And then we'll spend a few breaths here in Cobra pose. So each inhalation helps you to lift up a little bit higher and try to maintain that height through your exhalation. One more breath, lifting a little bit higher than you think you can. Keep pressing your feet down. And then with control, as you exhale, make your way back into crocodile pose. Big toes together, heels dropping to the edges, forehead resting on your hand pillow. And just let the body process what we're doing. From here we'll come into extended cobra. So this time feet are about hip distance apart or a little bit wider. Palms can come back next to your chest. This time your hands stay connected to the mat, so you can gently claw the mat with your finger pads. And on an inhalation, we're starting to lift the upper body up. So arms don't have to be straight here, they shouldn't be. Elbows can be soft, shoulders drawing away from the ears. And then same action here, gently lifting your pelvic floor, cinching your waist, encouraging breath up into your chest. Stretching out through the front body. Keep breathing. Nice and slowly, as you exhale, returning everything back down to the mat, coming into crocodile. Big toes finding each other, head resting on your hands. So we can stir up some residue from the body with these poses. Things that might have been stuck in certain areas. So we take these little rests just to let the body process that, help it to get rid of it. from here, interlock your fingers in behind your back. Step your feet about hip distance apart, and then start to press your hands back towards your feet, which will peel your chest up off the mat. Same idea here, each inhalation helps you lift a little bit higher. Feet can stay on the mat here, or you might lift them up just to hover to create more of a back bend. Keep breathing. And then nice and slowly with control, everything comes back down. Plant your palms next to your chest this time, and then we're preparing to lift up and back into child's pose. Again, whichever version you prefer. You might keep your knees together this time, and then allow your forehead to come back towards the mat. And this creates more of an arch within your back. So after back bending, now we can allow the spine to realign itself and curve in the opposite direction. And notice with each breath in, the body domes a little bit more, gets a little bit bigger. With each breath out, becomes a little bit smaller. Use your next inhalation to lift yourself back up. Come to sit on the mat, and then have your hips towards the center of the mat. So we'll make our way back down to lie on our backs. So nice and slowly, coming back down. From here, we'll come into bridge pose. So you can bend your knees, soles of the feet are on the mat, and then reach your hands down towards your heels. And it's okay if they don't connect, we're just creating that energy of the hands reaching down. Press your lower back into the mat here so it becomes flat, and it's created a new tilt in your pelvis. We want to maintain that position as you start to lift your hips towards the ceiling. And keep lifting the hips nice and high. Hands can stay here, or you can interlock them in underneath your back and start to walk your shoulder blades towards each other. Each inhalation helping the belly to inflate, and then resisting the temptation to drop the hips back down as you exhale. Keep encouraging your chest to come towards your chin without moving your head, and keep breathing. Take one more full breath, and then as you exhale, you can release your hands from underneath, and one vertebrae at a time, start to roll your spine back down to the ground. Once your hips have landed, bring your knees in towards your chest and wrap your arms around your legs. Bring your forehead up towards your knees here and make yourself into a small little ball, squeezing everything nice and tight, giving yourself a big hug. For the last breath here, maybe squeezing everything a little bit tighter. And then on the exhale, release everything. Send your legs out long again. hands by your sides. We'll make our way into fish pose here. So bring your feet together, point your toes away from the body, and then bring your hands in underneath your hips with your palms facing down. On an inhalation, lift your head to look up towards your feet, and then you can bring yourself up onto your elbows. Walk your elbows in as close to each other as you can, and then as you breathe in, open up your chest, gently slide back, and then bring the crown of your head either to the floor or just towards the floor. We'll take a few breaths here in fish pose, so a really good chest opener here. Your lungs have the capability to expand a little bit more than they usually can, so take advantage of that. And then with each exhalation, you're emptying the lungs of any stale air. To come out of the pose, start to gently lift your head, looking back towards your feet, and then removing your elbows, removing your hands from underneath. You can come back down to lie in Shavasana. Allow your hands, arms, legs and feet to take up as much space as they need. And just allow the spine to settle again, breath to settle, mind to settle. We'll bring the body back now with a full body stretch. So step your feet back in towards each other. Extend your arms up past your head. Take a deep breath in, stretching your toes as far away from your hands as you can. Stretching through every single muscle. And then on the exhale, releasing. You can start to pick yourself back up. So we're sitting on the mat. Find your most comfortable way to sit. And then from here, we'll come into eagle arms. So we're reaching that right arm out in front. Press it away from you as much as you can. And then swing your left arm underneath. You might find a twist within the arms here to bring your palms either together or just facing each other. Alternatively here, you can just hug opposite shoulders. If you are in eagle arms, you might start to slowly lift those elbows up. Maybe they come in front of your face. We're going to stay here in eagle arms. Find your breath again, send it deep within your body. Noticing that sensation within your right shoulder here. And just being mindful, the body might invite you to go a little bit deeper by pushing your fingers more towards the ceiling. Take one more full breath in. And then as you exhale, slowly starting to undo your arms. Shake off your shoulders, circle them. Move through the neck if you need to. We'll repeat on the opposite side now. So left arm comes out, press it away, right arm comes underneath. You're either hugging the shoulders here or finding that twist to bring the palms together or just facing each other. Slowly then, elbows come up in front of the face. You might close your eyes here, drop your chin towards your chest, and just use those sensations within your shoulders now to keep you anchored here. Breathing into belly, chest, and throat. Exhaling slowly from the belly, chest, and throat. And taking our last breath here, maybe lifting elbows a little bit higher, and then exhaling to release, taking everything back down, circling the shoulders, undoing the neck muscles a little bit. You can take your legs out long in front of you now. We'll move into a forward fold. So as you inhale, reach your hands towards the ceiling, bring some length into your spine, and then exhaling, hinging at your hips, bringing your hands down to wherever they land either side of your legs, and then slowly encouraging your nose to come towards your knees. You can have a little bend in your knees here if needed. And then we're really using the power of the breath here just to get into the pose. So on each inhalation, your spine might lengthen a little bit. Breath is in your chest. And then with each exhalation, when the lungs are empty, you might be able to bring your nose a little bit closer to your knees. And just keep repeating that pattern of breath, not using any physical force to get you into the pose. We'll stay here for a few more breaths. It takes a while for the body to open up and let you go that little bit deeper. So we'll just be patient here. One more breath in and out. Your next inhalation can pick you back up. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears and then drop your palms behind you with your fingers facing forward. We'll come into inclined plane here. So when you're ready, lift the hips towards the ceiling and gently drop your head back. To modify here, you can bring a bend into your knees and have the soles of your feet on the mat. Keep the hips nice and high and keep breathing. We'll stay for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, hips a little bit higher, 3, 2, 1. Hips return back down to the mat. Legs are still out long, and from here we'll come into a half spinal twist. So you can bring your right foot to the outside of your left knee. Left leg either stays long here, or you might bend that left knee to bring your left foot over towards your right hip. Check that both seat bones are pressing into the mat here, so you might have to wiggle around a bit to make that happen. Right hand then comes in behind the tailbone as close as you can get it, and then that acts like a pillar to keep your spine nice and straight. Left hand reaches towards the ceiling. Start to rotate towards the right side and then hook that elbow to the outside of the knee. As you twist, start to twist from your waist, then your rib cage, and then eventually your neck to look back over your left shoulder. With each breath in, you're lengthening the spine. With each breath out, twisting a little bit deeper. Gradually start to make your way back towards the center. You can undo your legs, shake them off, and then we'll take it to the opposite side. So this time your left foot is coming to the outside of your right knee, right leg is straight, or bend to bring your foot over. Both seat bones are pressing into the mat, left hand in behind the tailbone, making that pillar to keep the spine nice and tall. Right hand reaches towards the ceiling, rotate towards your left, hook your elbow to the outside of the knee, and then as you exhale, twisting from the waist, rib cage, neck, looking back over the left shoulder. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to twist. Coming back now towards center, undoing your legs, shaking them off. So we'll end our practice back in that very advanced yoga pose. So come back into your seat, whichever way is most comfortable to sit. Bring your palms together. Allow your thumbs to connect to your chest bone. Close your eyes and bow your head towards your heart. Back to where we started the practice. We'll end the practice just by checking back in on the breath. Feeling it again deep within your belly. Let it rise up into your chest, into your throat. Slowly exhaling, emptying belly, emptying chest, emptying throat. Connecting again to that inner peace, that calmness that you've created. Maybe thinking again of those that we might want to send some of this energy to. Those who needed a little bit more than we do. Keeping your eyes closed now, we'll take a few cleansing breaths. So inhaling through your nostrils, filling the entire body. And then opening your mouth, exhaling through the mouth. Repeat a few more times. Inhaling peace, exhaling stress. Thank you for coming out, for turning on the video, and for practicing with me. And I hope to see you again soon. But for now, namaste and thank you.